I have a repair spot in my home in North Hollywood. And I came out a few weeks ago to see Mom and learn to play again. Relearn some songs and catch up with friends. I think we got the bug early. I think inherently we have a musical yearning to us all. And it was nurtured by great parents and, living in a good neighborhood. We were playing Les Pauls and whatnot at 15. But, love of the music, probably the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, I had met Reggie, and within weeks we're in a band with Reg. I'm sure that Duke's sister Rachel Levine invited me and, and many of her friends and people that she'd meet over to see her brother, who was a really good guitar player, So I went over one afternoon with my guitar and we started playing, and it was it. I said, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with these guys for a long time. But we were lucky. Our parents were supportive of all of it. And especially Duke's parents, they pretty much let us move in. We had the basement, and the only worries were sharing it with Duke's older brother's band, the Prairie Oysters. So we'd be upstairs waiting for them to end, getting inspired, kind of playing some of their songs, and then we go downstairs and hit it. When the band stopped playing together, broke up, it was upsetting. We lost a big part of our day-to-day young teenager development and musical development. And Duke had gone on to play with a guy named Walter Crockett and his older brother's band. They were very successful. I think I was their sound man for a little while. I just started buckling down. Duke and I had the same guitar teacher, Rich Falco in Worcester, taught a lot of us how to play. Eventually ended up playing with Creatures of Habit with Bob and Kathy Peters, who had a band called Blue Moon Band. And we were contenders in Worcester for about 8 or 9 years. Yeah, it was great. Post Landslide, I worked for years as a repairman in Worcester, Uni Music, and then went and worked with Steve Vai and John Lydon. Our friend Marty from Worcester, a Landslide pal, attended Berkeley, and became roommates or something with Steve Vai, and they eventually moved to LA together, and Steve started playing for Frank Zappa and this and that. I lived with them for about a 6-month period out there. But about a year later, Steve called me up and said, hey, I need a guitar tech. He said, okay, bring that guitar and that guitar, we're getting on a plane. Go and do guitars on Johnny Lydon's PIL record. So I end up at Electric Ladyland Studios in New York with Steve Vai, and just amazing guitar work. And I'm hanging with Johnny Lydon, and at first I didn't even know who he was. His hair was different, I think, from in the Pistols day. Years later, I moved to LA officially when I turned 40. Started working for a major rental company out there. And he sent me over to NRG Studios, and I was the guitar tech on Alien Ant Farm and Drowning Pool and a bunch of later 80s, 90s kind of powerful bands, No guitar solos. And eventually ended up 6 years with John Fogerty on the road. Europe every summer was great. A couple of years with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, who's just a badass guitar player. And some stuff with Chris Isaac since, on and off. And I worked with some great cats, and it all began with my stellar first band. When Duke first called me, I got off the phone with him and I said, holy shit. I better, get to work. At least remember the songs and go in, with some prep. Because for the most part, have been technician for a lot of big traveling bands most of the last 10, 12 years, but never really pursuing the playing part of it. I'm blessed with the ability to fix guitars too, so it's great. Getting back together with these guys, it feels just really natural, and it's imprinted. To be a success, you've really got to have an inner drive, it's not I don't think it's wanting to win American Idol. I think it goes beyond that. It's wanting to live like that to play songs, little bars or with your friends in junior high and the local clubs, and you gotta continue it.
1, 2. All right, thank you so much, everybody. It's so great to see you all, but we have to go now. The club has another show coming in a little while, so unfortunately we all have to clear out pretty soon. And thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Lizard Lounge, for having us. Thanks, everybody. Reg Jeffries, Mike McAvoy, Tom Murray, Mark Stig Daughney, Duke Levine. Thank you.
We need the roadies to hang around for a minute.
I don't think our backs are going to get us out.